Hey guys, it's Kazaya, and today we are going to be discussing mental health, especially childhood anxiety and depression. As someone who personally struggles with mental health, I think that this is a really important topic to cover, especially with younger students. I don't think that I fully got a grasp of what mental health was until I was in middle school in seventh grade. So I think that this is a really important lesson for us to teach our students at a young age and let them know that we are able to be that support system that they might need when they're at the school for the day. So I have adapted this lesson for third grade, but that doesn't mean that it cannot be used for fifth grade all the way down to kindergarten. I provided standards that cover K through 5, so this lesson is super adaptable to any grade. The specific third grade standard that I have chosen is explain how self-control is a valuable tool in avoiding health risks. So these students will be able to define what self-control is. They'll be able to provide examples of prevention of health risks by using self-control. And then lastly, they will be able to exercise self-control to avoid health risks to themselves and to others. I think that this is really important to teach our students at a young age, and this is a perfect example of what to do. So this is a two-part lesson, and they do not need to be used together, but they can also be used separately. But if you want to combine it all together, you totally can. So the first part is going to be a video, and it's a 2-minute video about a boy who is from Australia, or he has an Australian accent, and he will be sort of showing us what his life is like at school because he's having a hard time and he's going through some mental health struggles. And this video really relays information that teachers are a big influence on the students' lives, and it shows you what his life looks like when his teacher did intervene, and then what his life could have looked like if his teacher hadn't intervened. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all, and we are going to get started and watch this little 2-minute video.
Man, when I look at that kid, it's hard to believe that that was actually me. I definitely struggled through that time. I was so angry, felt so alone. So hard to make friends. But to tell you the truth, that probably wasn't much fun to be around. I definitely found schoolwork so much harder than most people. Every year I struggled, and it just felt like it was harder and harder to keep up. There were people, they tried to reach out to me, but I wasn't very nice to them. I just lost control. I just felt so isolated. Yeah, things started to change when I hit year 5. You know, my teacher, she just made such a difference. I knew she liked me even though she pulled me up when I did something wrong. She was always happy towards me and smiling and showed an interest in me. She definitely noticed that I needed something extra than the other kids. So, my teacher ended up calling my parents. She got us booked in with the counsellor, who really listened and got my parents and teacher to understand what was going on with me. Yeah, I don't know what would have happened if my teacher hadn't stepped in when she did. The counsellor was cool. She gave my parents advice on how to help me and spend more time with me and things like that. She was also just a massive help for me too. I was calmer, and hey, I even made some friends. She gave me some ideas on how to manage my feelings and just make better choices. And it worked. It was such a battle up to that point, and things they could have turned out very differently if it wasn't for my teacher. What changed things was someone noticing and taking that extra step to find the right help for me.
So this video really shows that teachers have a very big influence on the lives of their students, especially if they're struggling. They really just want someone to reach out. And with this boy, that was the case, and he was able to turn his life around, make a couple friends, And yeah, so this video is, as you saw, it was super kid friendly. So you can definitely show this to your class. You can give this to you can use as a resource for parents or coworkers. This is just a really great resource to use that works on all platforms. So if you wanted to stop right there, you could just stop right there and you can ask questions to your students. Or you can pair this with my little activity that I have chosen to do, which is going to be a simulation of someone who is experiencing either anxiety and or depression when they have to do the minute math. When I was in 3rd grade, I had minute math, stressed me out a lot. I don't know if y'all had that, but so it was a math facts sheet. It does not have to be any specific numbers, but this is the one that I provided in the PDF. You just need something that you will be able to do multiplication facts with. And so what you're going to do is, like I said, think about that time when maybe you did something either exactly like this or super similar, where you had to answer X amount of multiplication problems in a minute, and how stressful that was for you if you were not facing mental health struggles. But imagine what it was like for students who are already worried about this, but then they have a million other things that they're thinking about at the same time. So this is something that we will be able to sort of all feel on equal playing field, so everyone will know exactly how everyone else is feeling. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to say go, and you may start your multiplication sheet. But as soon as I say stop, you have to stop and you have to listen to what I'm going to say, and I'm going to give you a negative scenario that you could be thinking of. The student could be thinking of. And then when I say go, you can start those math problems again. But every time I say stop, you are going to have to stop and listen to what I say, and then really take it in, think about how the student is feeling, and try to refocus yourselves as the best you can. So I will pull up my little questions right here, and we will get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Stop. You suck at math, so stop trying because you're not going to finish anyways. Go. Stop. Remember that huge science project that's due Friday? I have to get that finished by tomorrow. Go. Stop. I'm so sad that mom and dad are fighting. I just wish my family could be normal and happy again, but I know that will never happen. Go. Stop. How can I be so stupid? I knew that homework assignment was due today, and I forgot it on the dining room table. Go. Stop. I feel like I'm going to be sick. I have a book report presentation today. Go. And y'all can stop. So that was 1 minute of what it could have felt like if you are feeling sad, anxious, depressed, stressed. There are a lot of feelings that were going on in those questions. So I'm going to ask a couple questions now that sort of follow up with both presentation, with the video and this, and you can use these questions for both the presentation and or the video. So the first question is, how did this make you feel? Did you feel discouraged? Did you feel like you just wanted to give up? If you were that student, would you have just given up? Because I know personally that I would have just given up. When you think of someone, why do you think someone could be thinking these thoughts? Perhaps maybe their home life is not so good, or they're really struggling with their identification, all these different things. And then lastly, when is it appropriate to ask your teacher for help? It's really important that students know that their teachers are there for them and that they're able to talk to them. And if they're not comfortable talking with their teacher, maybe they're comfortable talking with the art teacher or the music teacher, and they might want to go talk to them about it. But they just need to know that they have an open space to talk about it in the school during the school day, because that's super important for us to let our students know that we are there for them, and that intervention can sometimes help. So I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.